Most people finish books they hate, and here's how to know in the first 20 pages. My question is for you, John. How do you know if a book is worth your time before you read 200 pages in?
Okay, so what I would say is that, there's three things that you can do. So one is you can read the preface and the introduction, and that'll usually give you some background on the book, right? It'll tell you things like, for example, if you're reading a math book, what kind of prerequisites did you need? Does this require calculus, linear algebra? Does it require any analysis? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that can give you some information. It'll also give you a summary of what actually, is discussed in the book. And some of those other things, like say the prerequisites to reading the, textbook, are going to give you some indication of, about how detailed it is. Okay. The second one that you can do is you can look at the table of contents if there are a table of contents, and you flip through it. Now, those two only really work if you're using a textbook, right? Because a lot of, say, fictional literature doesn't necessarily have table of context, and even if you just flip through it, right, it's like, you're not really going to get a sense of, what contents are generally in there because there's no diagrams, so it's just, clumps of words. You just have to actually go read it, right? And that's the third, tip is basically just, well, if you're not sure, you just start reading some of the book, and then if you, read, say, like, what I've found is that you usually read about like a fifth of the book before you can make a decision, like definitively, I don't think I'm going to finish this. So for a textbook, that can sometimes look like 100 pages, but sometimes it might only look like 30 pages, right? And one thing that I think a lot of people should try to get over is the idea that once you start a book, you have to finish it. You don't have to finish a book you don't like. So don't, because there are lots of books. You don't necessarily want to spend your time on books that are not good.
Amazing, John. Subscribe.